big corporations that to make a change, it's all this legal compliance and change
Yeah.
management stuff. Do you see a huge opportunity there to leverage?
I do. And I think there's a couple ways that you see the resistance show up, right? So there's companies that like, I'll give you a good example. We were talking to like one of the major insurance companies in the US, and they spend millions of dollars a year with Salesforce as a very simple example. And they still have not turned on the AI features in Salesforce. So this isn't like using AI or using it. This is literally just this is not like using a frontier model. This is like leveraging a frontier model that's integrated with the data. So you've already trusted Salesforce with all of your data and all of your information, but you're afraid to have an AI algorithm run on top of that because you just don't know what's going to happen or output. So that's like one level of resistance, which I think two things are going to happen. One is eventually the leadership that's sort of making the decision to prevent that from happening will get replaced, or you'll start to see new startups and new entrants come in that, or even their competitors that adopt. Like if one insurance company adopts AI and goes full send on it, they're just going to be that much better. They're going to make better decisions. They're going to be faster. They're going to be more efficient. They're going to have more people delivering output to the end customer than they are going to be spending internally, right? Healthcare is a great example. For every time they hire one doctor or one nurse, they hire three administrative people, right? Because you're like, you need a front desk person, you need somebody doing billing, you need somebody doing insurance. And not always is it one to one, but it's like insane how many extra people come along. And you're like, wait a minute, they're not providing customer value, right? Like they're providing like this overhead. And so you're like, wait, if the doctor can come in and AI can be the admin, the billing, and the sort of insurance resource, the doctor can actually see more patients, spend less time on the administrative stuff, and have a more efficient practice because they're not spending. And so to me, there's different ways that we see that resistance show up. Sometimes it is big company compliance, but it's also even in a big company. I have friends at a big company where they've said, hey, we're going to move, the entire development team should be using AI. And after 6 months, you go run a test, less than half of the team's actually using AI every day to
Yeah.
write code. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, well, at this point, we should literally fire or lay off everybody that hasn't used AI. Because if you're not trying every day to test this, it's like showing up to build a house and saying, I refuse to use the nail gun. All I'm going to use is a hammer. And you're like, look, man, there is a time when the hammer makes sense and the nail gun makes sense. But if you're refusing to use the nail gun, or you're refusing to use the electric saw and you're only using the handsaw, you're just not going to be efficient and you're actually hurting yourself and the company. We need to find a different place for you to go do that work.